Hi there. I think I am on. So I wanted to hop on today and talk about protecting your energy. So if you are someone who finds that you can walk into a room and maybe know what's going on in the room, like you feel the energy in the room, maybe you walk into a room and it feels dark, or you get this sense of fear or sadness happening in that room. Or if you are around a friend or a family member and all of a sudden you notice that your mood completely changes in alignment with what's going on for them, it is likely that you are a highly sensitive person and that your energy field is picking up on other people's pain, fear, symptoms. So, the reason why I feel this is so important is because when you are a highly sensitive person, and I think we need a new name for it, but basically, when you're an empath, it's not uncommon to have chronic illness. So, you can simultaneously have this gift of being able to pick up on people's energies, but it can feel like a curse because you might walk around day after day in extreme pain and it's not yours. It might not even be your pain. So, this was a huge healing aha moment for me because I am a highly sensitive person. I'm empathic. And I was walking around every single day in extreme pain. I also was a very highly driven type A personality. So I had extreme high expectations for myself. I really liked to be right. You can ask my husband. And, it really created a lot of inner turmoil being that way. So, yes, I could get things done. And yes, I was very driven in school. But at the end of the day, it just caused a lot of inner turmoil, essentially. So, what I want to talk about today is, kind of describe some ways that I experienced this, and then also talk about ways that you can energy protect so that you can feel your own energy. And for some people, this might be the first time you get to feel who you are instead of feeling who everyone else is. So I suffered a lot pretty much throughout my entire life with health issues. I was a very sick baby. Doctors wanted to put me in a bubble because I was just allergic to everything, every food, every pollen, dust, dogs, cats, like you name it. So very sick kid, and then diagnosed with celiac in 2004. I was extremely ill at the time. And then after a while started to get better from celiac. And then I was noticing symptoms creeping back in after about 2 years post-diagnosis. So what I started noticing was I would feel fine. And then I'd go visit a friend or something. And as I'm sitting there with a friend, I would get so tired, like unbelievably exhausted, cloudy brained. And I couldn't figure out what was going on with me. And I kept thinking it was the environment that I was in, like something in their house that I was reacting to, or I don't know. So I would start to notice, certain interactions with friends where I would all of a sudden feel very different. And then when I leave, I would be utterly drained, like unable to function for the rest of the day. I was also noticing that, like, I might engage with somebody on Facebook or something, and um, I'd be fine, and then all of a sudden have like extreme pain somewhere in my neck or my shoulders, or get a headache, or and it was like so quick and so immediate. I started noticing it. And then 3 years ago, when I became an FDN, when I started my functional health practice, my first 10 clients or so, I took on their main complaint. So I started having symptoms I had never had before. And I started realizing that they were actually my clients' symptoms. And I was getting to experience all of them. So on the one hand, it made me very versed at helping them because I knew what they were going through. But on the other hand, I could not be taking on all these symptoms, and nor was it helping them. So I realized that I really, really needed to learn how to protect my energy and how to stop this from happening. And then I also learned that by being an empath and by taking on other people's energies, you are actually giving them a disservice. So when you are maybe trying to solve someone's problem or maybe kind of take on the emotional burden for someone, you are actually disallowing that person from processing the thing that you're taking on. So if that person has a lot of pain or a lot of fear or a lot of sadness, or certain things bring up anxiety and you take on their anxiety, you are blocking them from healing, and then you're blocking yourself from being free from that energy. So you're not helping them in any way. You're not providing a service for friends and family and the people who are around you who you love. So I think that was the big key takeaway for me as well, is that you may feel that you're helping someone by kind of carrying some of the load, but you're actually not. So it's actually a very kind and loving gesture to give people back their energy, because it allows them the opportunity to process and to grow and to transform past that place. So, some tools I've learned to protect my energy. So now when I meet with clients, I find I can be highly intuitive. I know things about them. I just get these hints of information about what we need to look into or what we need to address. So I feel like I continue to have that gift. However, I no longer go through all of their symptoms, which is really important because I can't be doing that. It is too exhausting, and I'm also not helping them. So, a few techniques I want to teach you today to keep your energy clear, and then also some techniques if you have picked up on somebody's energy. So the first one is really simple, and the idea is just to invite spirit or the divine or Mother Earth or God, whatever you believe in and whatever word feels safe and comfortable for you and not triggering. Invite that energy in. So I usually close my eyes, I put my feet on the ground and uncross your legs and uncross your arms so that your energy can flow. And I just imagine this energy flowing into my head, into the top of my head. And I find that the energy can be different colors for different people. Let it be whatever color it wants to be. But I imagine this flow of energy coming in the top of my head and down my shoulders, down my spine, down my legs, and then connecting into the earth. And I imagine that energy traveling down my spine, down my tailbone, all the way to the core of the earth and almost wrapping around the core of the earth like a tree trunk. So by simply doing this, you are raising your vibration. You're creating a bit of energy protection around yourself so that you can feel your energy and you can be with other people, and you don't need to feel and experience their energy. So that is something that you can do every day, every morning, multiple times a day if you need to. Another technique, this is kind of part of that technique, is just grounding yourself. So if you sit down in a chair with your feet on the floor or sit on the ground, you're going to take part of that last exercise and just imagine your spine as this beautiful tree trunk. And imagine the roots of that tree flowing down your spine, down your tailbone into the earth, all the way down to wrap around the core of the earth. That's a great way to kind of ground your energy and ground your body. Now, if you have picked up on somebody's energy and you're feeling crummy and you would like to clear that energy off, one great way to do it is called blowing roses. And I like to do this every night before bed to kind of clear my energy from the day. So again, if you close your eyes and you imagine this big, beautiful rose right in front of your heart space, and you can just imagine any pain, if you have pain in your body, imagine the pain flowing into that rose, headaches, pain flowing into the rose, or if you maybe picked up on somebody's anxiety or fear, you can imagine that emotion flowing into the rose, and do this for several minutes where you just continue to let the energy flow into the rose. And so the rose is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then when you feel you've cleared enough, you actually physically push the rose away and blow the rose away. And when I send the rose away, I like to imagine all the people that I have filled the rose with, and I send them love, and I send them kindness, and I send them compassion. And I wish them the best in their journey in processing that emotion that I may have picked up on, or the pain that I may have picked up on. So I think a big piece of clearing your energy is to always send love to people so that they can hopefully process what they need to process and transform. Let's see, I had one more. Oh yeah, so if you have picked up on somebody's energy and you want to clear it, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see me, but just standing up and either brushing the energy off of you, so you can do your head, brush the energy off your head, or pushing the energy down into the ground and literally imagining that you are getting this energy off your body. Again, you can send it back with love and compassion, and then just shaking your body. You guys are gonna love this video. So just shaking, shake, 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 shake. Imagine the energy kind of flowing off your body, moving into the earth, and back to the person with love so they can process it and they can move on with their life. So anyone with chronic illness, I find this is a huge piece. When we're taking on these energies and it's blocking our energy field, and we're taking on other people's pain and we're both stuck, our tissues in our body begin to experience dysfunction. Our cells can't work. Our mitochondria that make energy can't work. There is a real direct connection between the energy around us and how our body can function. And it's not woo-woo science at all. This is just a fact of nature. We are energy. And, you know, in science, like when you measure your heart with an EKG, you're looking at the electrical impulses of your heart. That is energy. So I invite you to try some of these techniques and see what happens, and see if you can shift the way you feel in that moment. So for my own healing journey, once I started realizing that all of this pain was not mine, it was phenomenal. So I would start, just the first step is to start noticing when you're picking up on somebody else's energy. And then with practice, you can get really good at clearing your energy. And so I would notice that I would, you know, all of a sudden be in extreme pain. And sometimes I would even ask, is this mine or is this someone else's? And usually 90% of the time it was somebody else's pain. And so I'd clear it and I'd no longer be in pain. And that is an amazing tool to have. So I invite you to try it. Reach out to me if you have specific needs or examples or questions for me. And let me know how it goes and what you discover about yourself. Thank you so much. Take care.